Stop looking for that quick fix to fall asleep. I know you are. You're looking for that quick fix to stop those sleepless nights. Quick fix after quick fix after quick fix, it's not working. May work for 1, 2, 3, 4 nights, even a bit longer than that. But essentially you're back to the same spot. You're more annoyed, more frustrated, more at a loss what to do. It's starting to affect your family, your social life. You're probably not going out anymore, right? Quick fixes aren't the answer. Supporting your sleep is the answer. That change starts now. Hi, I'm Neil, and I'm just going to say I don't want you to be like me. What, Neil? Not be like you, but you seem pretty cool. Thank you very much. But what I mean is, it took me over 21 years to start to address issues in my life, sleep being one of them. And I don't want this for you. I want to start with this video right now, addressing your sleepless nights. So I realized I had to stop chasing a good night's sleep. If you don't know what that means, check out the link, I think it's here, of my last video. It explains all. I needed to support better sleep, bedtime. And I needed to support those sleepless nights I will have so they don't have a knock-on effect for a second, third and fourth sleepless night. Okay, so in this video we're going to look at 3 supports that a lot of people use and I use to support a better sleep. The third one for me was a game changer. I'm going to say revolutionary. It really helped me, as did the other 2. Without further ado, let's get this slumber party started. I know it's a bit corny, but I have to say, come on. Let's go and delve right into those supports. Go. You've just hopped into bed and you're ready for a night's sleep. You're exhausted. 10 minutes later, you're tossing and turning. Things on your mind, or maybe nothing on your mind, and you're still tossing and turning. You just can't get to sleep. The bed is warm, it's uncomfortable, you're throwing the duvet off, you're putting it back on. Your partner is snoring, sound asleep next to you. The bloody dog at the end of the bed is snoring, having a great night's sleep. You're the only one that's wide awake. Nothing you can do is get you to sleep. Get out of the bed. What, Neil? Yeah, get out of the bed. We want to not associate our bed with sleepless nights, okay? We want to break that link. Do not associate the bed with sleeplessness. Okay, so get out. Grab your pillow, grab your duvet, not off your partner, give them a break. Get a duvet and go downstairs with a book or music. What you're going down to the couch for is to relax and chill, not with the pressure of trying to sleep. Read for a little bit, listen to some music, and hopefully you will doze then and sleep on the couch. Or if you want to, if you feel yourself falling off, go back to the bed and try to sleep there. If you can't, go back to the couch again and read and fall. But do not let your brain associate bed with sleepless nights. Get out, change the location, go to the couch. Do you mind if I interrupt our flow a second? I hope that idea about the couch made sense to you. I just want to ask you a question before we move on, because we have 2 more supports to look at, and the third one is my favorite. It's an evening routine with a twist. The question I want to ask you is, when is the last time you actually slept on the couch? Was it as a kid, or was it last week? Were you in trouble with the partner? When was the last time you slept on the couch? And when you slept there, did you actually get a good night's sleep? Have a think about that. I'd love to hear, I just wanted to hear, have people slept on the couch lately? So when's the last time you slept on the couch, and did you have a good night's sleep? And if you wouldn't mind, if you're enjoying this video so far, if you liked and shared this, I'd really appreciate it. Let's move on to the next support. Did you know the key to a sound slumber is a cool, dark, quiet room? You probably knew this. Most of us know this. But again, knowing isn't taking action and putting it into play. So let's look at darkness. A dark room allows our body to say, hey, yeah, it's a signal, let's start winding down, it's time to rest. If your room is letting in light, that may be interrupting your sleep. So what you could do, if you can't get your room dark enough, maybe think about investing in blackout blinds. If you don't want to go down that route, maybe just a simple eye mask will do the trick. Find out what's best for you, that's always the key. think of the blackout blinds, think of the eye mask. As far as the temperature goes, for Fahrenheit, it should be between 60 to 75 degrees. I'm a Celsius man, so that's 15 to 21 degrees. That's what they say is the ideal temperature for the room. And again, for me, I am a firm believer with everything. There are guidelines there, but you adapt them to make them your own. I cannot sleep without having a window open. Hail, rain, snow, you name it, I have to have the window open. That's just me. That's how I've found is best for me to sleep. If the window's closed, I can sense it. I feel claustrophobic a little bit, like I can't breathe, there's no air. So for me, the window has to be open. I've given you the guidelines, but remember, find what's best for you. All right, that's the key. And I quickly want to mention, your bedroom is for sleep and sex only. For sleep and having a good time with your partner, that's it. Do not make it into that makeshift office where you're doing a bit of work or doing a bit of study. It's for sleep and having a good time with your partner. That is it. Leave it at that. That's enough. It should be enough. Now we come to the one I know you've been waiting for, right? The evening routine. You might have an evening routine. So the evening routine basically is little habits, little activities I do to wind my day down for sleep. So think of it like this. Exercise. You do a warm-up. You warm up for the main activity and then you do a cool down after the main activity. Every day we should be doing a warm-up, which should be kind of a morning routine. Then we have the middle of our day, and then we have an evening routine, which is the cool down. That's what we should do every day. It makes sense if you think about it, but we don't. We usually just fall into an activity. I'm on emails for work, and then I go to a meeting, and then I do this or that or the other, and then I finish work and I go straight home and I fall into activities with the family. There's no pause, wiping off the stress from the previous activity and letting us focus more and be present on the next activity. This is what the evening routine is allowing us to do. It's our transition from the day to the evening. And it has little activities that trigger our body and mind, letting us know that it's time to wind down. Let's look at a few things that might be in your evening routine. So you might exercise in the evenings. So what I would say is with exercise, you should exercise at least 5 or 6 hours before bed. Because after exercise, our body is very warm. And if we go to bed quite warm, it's going to be harder for us to sleep. Our body is working hard to bring down the heat in our body, which won't allow us to sleep. If you train before 6 p.m., that's a great time. Gives your body that time to cool down. And as you cool down, you become more tired. Ideal time to train would be around before 2 p.m. So around lunchtime would be a great way. Set an alarm to stop watching TV or Netflix or reading. So set your alarm to stop an activity. It's time to kill the blue light. It's time to put the devices down at night time, and I know how difficult this is. I reach my phone, I have to always talk myself out of it. It's difficult, it will and can become a habit. Because as you know at night time, right, our body produces melatonin. Melatonin promotes sleep, it aids our sleep. But when we open the device, it interrupts that process because our body thinks it's daytime and it becomes more alert again. So we've stopped that unwinding process towards sleep. Okay, that ain't good. So what I would say is put the devices away, take out a book if you can, or play some music and read in an amber orangey light, a light that mirrors that of a candlelight. That allows our body to rest and unwind and become calm and will feed into a better night's sleep. And now it is time for your head to hit the pillow, and you can still do something to support yourself. Have good thoughts, better thoughts. Don't think about what you have to do tomorrow and the stresses. Think more positive thoughts. A lot of athletes, a lot of very successful people do this. They lie down and they see themselves scoring the winning shot of a game or scoring a goal in the World Cup final, or you could think about winning the lotto and what you would do with it, who you would help. I always do this, but I always fall asleep before I actually win the lotto or I scored a World Cup goal, final winning goal for Ireland. Typical, right? But it's a great way to fall asleep, and I do find myself drifting off quicker. Give that a try. These are a few new ideas I've given you. As you can see, they're all about creating new habits. Adding new habits into your day can be very overwhelming to introduce all these habits at once. So pick one, like the coffee at 2 p.m. Maybe look at that one first. Set yourself a challenge. For 2 weeks, I won't drink after 2 p.m. Be aware of what it does for your body. At the start, you might feel edgy, it's not benefiting you, but over the longer term, you'll see it will help maybe benefit your sleep. Maybe set yourself a challenge of reading a book for 2 weeks to get a book read. That means you're not looking at your devices, so that's no blue light. So setting yourself a challenge is a great way to introduce these new habits and to see how effective they are for you. It's definitely time for me to wrap this up. As you can see, finding a good night's sleep is not about finding the ultimate fix. It's about supporting yourself, finding those habits you can introduce over time to give you more sustainable sleep, and finding those things that will help you turn around a sleepless night on that night, so it doesn't affect you for the rest of the night or the next night or the next night or the next night. These are all to support you and what worked for you. And again, a sleepless night is outside of our control because during the day we deal with people and that cause stresses. Work causes stresses, family causes stresses, our environment affects us, the weather. SAD, seasonal affective disorder, affects us. So the changing of the seasons, which a lot of people don't know. So that's quite an important one. So I'm going to talk about that in the next video, SAD, seasonal affective disorder. But there's a lot of things outside our control that we don't realize will affect our sleep. But if we become aware of them, then we can introduce new habits to counteract those changes of the seasons or the weather or dealing with people. And speaking of good night's sleep, if you want me to have a good night's sleep, please do like, share and comment on this video. And I'll see you in the next one.